This episode of the Totally Rad Show is brought to you by AN Hosting. Coming up, we are live at Comic-Con 2011. Put your hands together for the hosts of the Totally Rad Show, Alex Albrecht, Jeff Cannata, and Dan Trachtenberg.
Well, hello, Comic-Con.
Welcome. We should probably also thank our moms for
Yes.
dressing
I
don't know if
up
you guys-
and handing out buttons.
I don't know if you guys
Did everybody
know this
get
or
a
not.
button?
We have every year we have there's Comic-Con,
The
but we
Comic
also
Mom.
have Mama-Con every year.
Yes.
Our moms come down every year and they made those buttons for you guys. They dress up. They have
And as well as my dad, I should say. He's been here
Yes.
every year as well. He's in the back. But the moms have definitely embraced their TRS heritage.
I love Mama-Con.
MamaCon's amazing. So if you haven't gotten a button, if you didn't get one of the TRS buttons that, of course, they made by themselves, go back to the moms
And they have
will give you
capes
buttons.
and
Capes and gloves.
Gloves.
And shirts.
They own
Amazing.
Comic-Con. Hooray for the
So
moms.
we're gonna do things a little bit differently this year.
No, we're not.
Not that much differently, but a little bit differently. It was accurate.
Yes.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about what we saw this over the past couple days, and then we're gonna play a little game. with
How
you
many people
guys.
here, this is the first time they've been to one of our Comic-Con panels? Clap. Oh.
Wow. What?
Oh.
Wow.
I think we do that every year, and
how-
it's like, I
how
think
many
somebody
people
just
have
yelled,
been
I don't
before?"
know who you guys are, which, by the way, is why we played the clip. That's what we do every day.
So wait, how many people have been here before?
Yeah, baby.
Thank you.
Good work. Thanks for
Thanks
coming
for
again.
coming back.
First, we want to talk about Comic-Con
Yeah.
2011.
So big thing we just saw moments ago. I don't know if you guys were in Hall H to see the Spider-Man panel.
yeah.
Okay.
The Amazing Spiderman, in fact.
Many of you may have also seen the trailer, which is out. So guys, we haven't talked to each other yet about what we think of it. I should say that, so this is the retelling of Spider-Man. Sam Raimi is not making it. It's a guy named Mark Webb who just did 500 Days of Summer that we all loved, right? And Andrew Garfield, who was in Social Network, is Peter Parker. You guys all know this. Emma Stone is
Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stacy, and it's awesome. Or is it? Let's talk about it. So
How many people have seen the trailer they released online? Yeah. I like the
Nice.
polite showing of hands.
Yeah.
This is nice.
So-
I like the guy in the ape costume who's politely like, I saw the trailer. This hairy arm right here saw the trailer.
I think the reason people usually do the applause instead of the arm raising at Comic-Con is because of the body odor. But that's
not a problem for our audience.
but not a problem for our audience.
So, guys, what did you think? We saw the trailer and we saw a bunch of scenes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad they showed more than just the trailer.
Yeah.
They did show some extended scenes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because this was the first time I saw the trailer in the 3 Dizzles.
There were multiple Dizzles in that room. I don't know if people saw that.
And
them.
I was a little worried after seeing the trailer.
Yes.
There's a long sequence in the center of the trailer
Or the
that is
end.
Mirror's Edge.
Yeah.
Basically the video game. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer, but it's a first-person Spider-Man, basically Mirror's Edge
And
trailer.
Mirror's Edge is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous video game, and this looks a lot like that.
Yeah.
A gorgeous video game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which is
definitely.
unfortunate.
which
I
made me
think.
go, "Mm?"
Yeah.
And the whole trailer together, I don't think puts the best foot forward of the movie compared to what we saw,
Yes. Yeah.
which really did do that, I think.
concur.
And I think the focus on the scene we saw was of Gwen and Peter in high school.
Right.
And that sort of relationship character-y stuff, which I think Marvel movies tend to do really well.
Well, but that's also Mark Webb's territory. Like, clearly
Yeah.
the thing, I think everybody's been saying that this is not going to have as much action as most, but you got to sate the audience, the people who are excited to see Spider-Man, by showing him in action in the trailer.
And the action that they showed, I think, was the most exciting thing for me. Granted, it's early, so they probably couldn't show a CG Spider-Man, but they did.
Apparently, there was a lot of practical Spider-Man.
That's what I love most.
Yeah.
What they showed was practical gymnastic Spider-Man who was doing all kinds of flippity-dippity stuff.
I saw a lot of that.
And sweeping of the leg and doing really inventive.
I don't know if they were sweeping.
You're mixing your
He
80s.
swept the leg, Johnny.
Yeah, there was a crane kick, but I think it was a bad crane shot that wasn't comped out
The
yet.
thing I realized watching that was I loved it, and I loved the high school-y, really honest, sincere high school stuff that was very funny and not campy the way that Raimi's movies are. And it occurred to me that those three past Spider-Man movies that we just had are really Sam Raimi movies as much as they are superhero movies.
Oh, yeah.
So now we're seeing a normal telling of a superhero of the Spider-Man story as opposed to a Sam Raimi movie. And I really love I love the photography. I love how it's dark, but it's also kind of playful. It's not
Dark and playful.
Like
any good Spider-Man should be.
People think that it's like Christopher Nolan, serious. It's not. It still has the humor that Peter Parker needs to have.
I think more humor even.
Yeah.
Because there's an extended sequence they showed of him quipping at the bad guy like Spider-Man does, and Tobey Maguire take on it really didn't have.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other thing that got me so excited was I loved the swinging was a guy on a wire. And in fact, we saw it before they removed a lot of the wires with CG. So you could tell that it was really a dude swinging on a wire rather than a CG Spider-Man through a helicopter shot through the city.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And it seems like they're really embracing the ultimate Spider-Man Bendis take on this character. I mean, the whole retconned Parker history that Bendis did with Peter Parker's dad working for Oscorp and sort of that tying all together and being a more coherent.
Get it out. There we go.
Easy for me to say. More coherent
There's
sort of
water.
telling of that story.
This might help you.
It seems like they're really embracing that, and I thought to myself, what must it be like for somebody like Brian Michael Bendis, who works for this big corporation?
That's for you.
And obviously he likes his job and he makes a lot of money doing that, but these are his ideas, and he's gonna get no credit or money.
He'll
from
get a
that.
special thanks.
I'm sure he will.
In the little thing, it'll be right at the end. It'll say, the special thanks for all the ideas, Brian Michael Bendis.
What did
sure
you
he
guys
will,
think? We also saw footage of the Lizard, which is the villain that we hadn't seen before today.
Well, that was very CG. And again, it's kind of hard to be like, anytime you're at Comic-Con and you see CG stuff, you can't be like, oh, the CG's horrible. I was like, well, all right, we have
Wait a
another
minute.
6 months to do it, whatever.
That's like an exact quote from 2 years ago in Avatar for you.
Yeah, and guess what? Who was right about that, right? Am I right? Avatar, horrible movie, right? Am I
Especially
right?
the special effects.
Special effects were like, what is this?
You're
right?
being
Am I right?
ironic, but some of them aren't.
Some of them weren't at the panel last year and were like, why would he say such horrible things? No, I was dubious.
I thought it looked kind of cool, actually, the Lizard.
Kind of.
Very ferocious.
And it
I
was
don't
very
know.
lizard-like.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very hulking. It's very big. It's almost like
Ferocious.
The
It almost looks
Incredible
more
Hulk.
like Killer Croc from DC than it does the Lizard. I don't know. I hope
Hey, we'll
that
see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll
What
see.
did you guys think of Total Recall? Because we saw. Did you guys see anyone see the Total Recall stuff before?
Yeah.
Okay. So remake of Total Recall.
Yep.
Classic Arnold
Colin
Schwarzenegger
Farrell.
movie initially.
Yeah.
Paul Verhoeven. Classic 80s movie, 80s director, 80s star, right? And now they're remaking it now. Colin Farrell, as you just said.
I was so not looking forward to this. I was like, what the hell are you doing? And then they showed footage from
Yeah.
it. And I was like, I want to see this movie today and have it inside me.
So it's made by Len.
I don't know how that happens. I don't know how we do that, but we need to make that
Preferably
happen.
through your eyeballs.
Preferably.
Yeah.
But I'll take it anyway.
Any
That
way
is
you
a
take
great
it.
movie.
Yeah, I figured you would.
As long as it's in there,
And you'll name it Quato.
I will name that Quato.
So it's from Len Wiseman. He did the Underworld, the first Underworld movie, or maybe the first couple. I don't
The first
know.
one and two.
And
I
he
looked
did.
them up, yeah.
Okay, and then Live Free or Die Hard. So I haven't liked the Len Wiseman movie yet, but I did like what I saw.
I liked Underworld. I dug the first Underworld. Was like, that's some sexy vampire thing, like something fast.
But he always has really awesome art
I
direction.
think that was Twilight. I think I just said that I like Twilight.
That's on camera.
I'm just kidding. You just blur that out, Mike.
The art direction of this movie is awesome, and it's worth noting because it's so different from Total Recall. It really looks. It's very. What we saw was a very Asian themed look, very similar to Blade Runner, which is also based on a Philip K. Dick story.
Yeah.
And a really cool high concept action scene that was all one shot, and it looked cool. And I'll tell you, I remember I was telling someone in Hall H. I remember. Growing up, reading an Entertainment Weekly about Total Recall, saying that the people that were almost cast in it were Patrick Swayze and Richard Dreyfuss. And I thought that was so weird when I was a kid. I was like, wow, how could that movie, the only kind of person that could be in an action movie is Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone. Yeah. But now, I'm like, that would have been way cooler. And
Richard Dreyfuss as the Arnold Schwarzenegger role would have been amazing.
It would. But then it would have. And it's like an ordinary dude in this crazy thing who isn't like throwing people around. He's just Jason Bourne figuring out. And that is what they're going for. And I think that's kind of cool. So
the coolest thing they showed was I like how they're continuing to push forward the idea of the future tech.
Yeah.
And they showed this moment where the military breaks through this wall, or breaking into where Colin Ferrell is holed up, and they want to get an idea of where he is in the room, and so they shoot what they call an eyeball, I think, in there.
Let's get an eyeball in there.
And they shoot this
direct quote,
projectile, and that explodes into about 50 different tiny cameras that just latch onto all over the room, that create a grid of what's inside the room.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So rad. It seems like they're not just doing Total Recall, a different version of Total Recall. It seems like they really went back and thought, well, now what's the state of the art?
And they're not just doing nose thing and
Johnny Cab, where he's got to break the Johnny Cab out of the thing and try to drive it
I hope that
himself.
someone says 2 weeks in it, though.
There's got to be a little bit of
Is there anything
homage.
else, you guys, that struck your fancy that...
Sorry, Star Wars Old Republic is now available for pre-order, so if you haven't done that, do that, because that's my new heroine. How many people here are going to play Star Wars Old Republic? Oh, smattering. Did not expect a smattering. All right, everybody, be sure to stick around for This Day in Rad History, but first we want to thank our sponsors. AN Hosting has been providing simple and affordable web hosting since 2001. You guys get an exclusive discount, 3 months free.
Whoa.
Free domain and $100 search engine credit for Google and Yahoo when you sign up. Amazing.
What?
AN Hosting has 24/7 US-based phone, chat, and email support. Over 100 popular scripts like Drupal, WordPress can be installed with just one click. Visit anhosting.com/TRS to get your free trial. It's not even a trial, it's just the first 3 months of your web hosting for free. Amazing. Do it now.
Do it.
We'll see.
Why are you not doing it?
Do it.
Do it.
Jinx.com/TRS get free.
Don't miss tomorrow for our live Comic-Con version of Secret Identity.
Today is July 26th, and on this day in Rad History, in 1928, Stanley Kubrick was born.
Is
that what that means?
Nothing. He needed nothing.
So favorite?
What did he do?
Oh my God.
What is your favorite? Name one.
Favorite?
It's hard to
Name one.
All of the movies he made are most people's favorites.
Yours is Dr. Strangelove.
Yeah, you talk about your dad, something with you and your dad
Dr.
in that movie.
Strangelove. It's either Dr. Strangelove or The Shining. I mean, it's like, but The Shining, when you watch it now, can be a little drawy.
2001 is very good. Very Lindy.
I'm one of the few people that really love, as I think we talked about recently, Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah?
Oh yeah,
Love
that was a
Eyes Wide
surprise
Shut.
to me that you
love
love
that
so
movie.
much.
I don't know if it's
You just like nudity
No, I just so good.
and masks.
Anyway, that's that.